guys, Goku-san DBZ, and welcome back. This is a special new top 10 list of all time. This is my countdown of my personal top 10 favorite video game franchises as a whole of all time. Keep in mind that's my opinion, just like I've done in the past recently, top favorite metal bands of all time, top favorite rock bands of all time. So now I'm going to mention some of my all-time favorite franchises. Now this is all around all genres of gaming, all combined, many different console generations. So with that said, honorable mentions that didn't quite make the cut. Then I'm going to show you a select game from each franchise to be a representation of the franchise. Curious to see what some people's opinions are on my personal favorite list. Now with that said, honorable mentions didn't quite make the cut. The Marvel vs. Capcom franchise, the Silent Hill franchise, the Dead or Alive franchise, Tekken, Bloody Roar, Sonic, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Soul Calibur, God of War, and the last honorable mention, Assassin's Creed. So, with that said, coming in at number 10 is a tie between the Fable franchise and the Halo franchise. Coming at number 10, it's a tie between two of my all-time favorite, of course, Microsoft franchises. I like both for very different reasons, but basically they both tied at number 10 favorite franchise of all time. I love the Fable franchise, and unfortunately there's really only 3 good games because I don't even count the 4th game, which was basically just a Kinect game, so it doesn't really count. Now, Halo franchise has had definitely some ups and some downs, to be fair. With that said, but yeah, both tied because I like both franchises for very different reasons. But to me, still, for the most part, Halo is one of the few, honestly, I could say, as a whole franchise for a first-person shooter that I actually really like. And of lighter RPGs, I will say, I've always had a thing for the Fable series. I always will. Coming in at number 9 is a fighting game franchise. Now, overall, game-wise, I don't like as much as some others, but I will say in the storytelling aspect, this franchise exceeds by far compared to others. And also, of these franchises, when I chose, I decided anything with over 2 games to qualify of my franchises. Coming at number 9 is the Mortal Kombat franchise. As a whole, storytelling aspect, that's where Mortal Kombat exceeds by far. The reboot game is pretty good, I will say. I still like the mid-era games like Deadly Alliance, Deception I love. Though nowadays, Deception is neck and neck, being my favorite Mortal Kombat game with the most recent one, Mortal Kombat X. And of course, I'm definitely can't wait for Mortal Kombat 11. Coming in, number 8 favorite game franchise of all time is the Street Fighter franchise. For obvious reasons, Street Fighter was really what got me into fighting games in the first place, the original Street Fighter 2 game, which still holds a special place for me. Coming in at number 7 is another Capcom franchise, Biohazard or the Resident Evil franchise. I haven't gotten Resident Evil 2 Remake yet, but I thought for representation I would show the Resident Evil 2 original version game, which this game holds a special place, being my number one favorite game of the franchise. But yes, coming at number 7 is Resident Evil series. Coming at number 6 favorite franchise of all time is the Mega Man X franchise. Now, as I said, since I only choosing franchises with more than 2 games, unfortunately, Mega Man Legends does not qualify. Because I haven't actually played Trombone because of how bloody expensive that game costs. It's like $140 and up. Yeah, good luck finding a good copy under $200. It's insane. But the Mega Man X series holds a very special place for me. To me, I think it is way better than the original Mega Man series, so that might be blasphemy to some people. But that's just how I feel. I've always much preferred the X series, mainly because I actually prefer the main villain of the X series more, and of course that being Sigma. I've always much preferred Sigma as a villain antagonist over Dr. Wily. And I love Zero too. Coming in at number 5 favorite game franchise of all time is, I think, one of the most underrated franchises of all time, in my opinion. Now, I've recently played a little bit of the Japanese import of one game because it's bonkers how much the American version of the game cost. But that franchise, number 5 favorite game franchise of all time, is the Panzer Dragoon series. This is, of course, the second game in the series. Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei. German word, just so you know. Of course, original Panzer Dragoon, which I also have on Saturn. I have, of course, Panzer Dragoon Orta on original Xbox. And yeah, I recently got a hold of a Japanese import copy of Saga, but I'm trying to learn how to play it with Japanese, even though I can't read Japanese, just because if I want the English version of Panzer Dragoon Saga, that's going to cost me over $500. That's bonkers, okay? Eventually, I want to have that in my collection, but $500 to $600 for a game blows my mind. No matter how much I love the series. Coming in number 4 favorite franchise of all time is the Pokemon series. Yes, I know. It's kind of a shame that Pokemon is so high on my list, though it holds a special place in my heart just because the Pokemon series as a whole, and this is like one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon games, by the way, of all time. Pokemon Colosseum, very good game, in my opinion, one of the best GameCube games of all time. But specifically for Gen 1 and Gen 2 of Pokemon and the Pokemon Stadium games are what really are the reason why the game is so high up there, the franchise as a whole. Coming in at number 3 is my number 1 favorite Nintendo franchise of all time. No, it's not Mario. Sorry out there. It is the Legend of Zelda series. Comes in at number 3, and of course I'm showing off my most recent pickup of the Zelda series, which I can't wait to start playing Breath of the Wild. I'm actually really looking forward to trying this out. Finally, I actually get to try Breath of the Wild. I'm actually really stoked. I get to play this weekend, and then next weekend, I get to look forward to Kingdom Hearts 3. Finally, and yes, you can expect a full upload of full playthrough of Kingdom Hearts KH3. Expect it. Coming in at number 2 favorite franchise of all time is the Final Fantasy series from Square Enix. My number 1 favorite JRPG series of all time, hands down. Though over the years, Final Fantasy has really diversified themselves. Because now they also have MMO, tactical RPGs, action RPG, also have, of course, more tactical stuff with the Final Fantasy Tactic games. Yeah, there's a real variety nowadays of the Final Fantasy series. Though Final Fantasy VIII, still, in my opinion, is the best of the series. Though most people say 7. I disagree, but that's fine. Final Fantasy 6 and then Final Fantasy 8, then Final Fantasy 6 for me. Number one favorite franchise of all time, you probably figured out because I just mentioned the new game coming out and the music in the background playing from Birth by Sleep. Number one favorite game franchise of all time, Kingdom Hearts. Hands down, there is no rival franchise for my most passionate love franchise of all time is the Kingdom Hearts series. Though Final Fantasy was my favorite for a very long time, over the years, the Kingdom Hearts series has hands down become my personal favorite. Why? Because, in my opinion, this series is just a lot of fun. The gameplay elements and the Disney worlds, and given I grew up on Disney and everything, which is also why I'm very much looking forward to the Pixar worlds coming out, and also returning to Jack Sparrow's Pirates universe. But with that said, I'll get ready to cut this video. Tell me, what are some of your favorite games series of all time? I'm actually curious to hear. Sorry for the coffee, I'm getting over being sick right now. But anyways, I'll cut this video, but leave a comment, tell me what your favorite franchises of our time. And anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel.